What are you doing? Hey, Brandi. Hi, Brandi.
Oh, there we go. Word.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I just woke up like 10 minutes ago.
Same.
And then I looked at your message because I kind of forgot what you were doing, and I was like, oh, I'll hop on.
Cool. Right on. We were just have you heard the news from Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Katie and I were just sort of spitballing location ideas just now.
Whatever happened to his parents' house?
Well, I mean, the Grabni's parents' house is an option, but it's not an ideal option for me. Just from a character story point. I mean, I wrote the whole script with the Bushwick apartment in mind, and not just for, aesthetic reasons, but because this character Juliet is a, I imagined this as like a character who like found an apartment, sort of found a situation. I've met so many people in Bushwick who like I asked them about like how they're paying their rent and things like that, and they're like, oh, I have like an agreement, like I figure something out. And that's how I imagine Juliet like found this place. It's just like through some weird crafty means, and now she's here in this space. It's like kind of small, kind of cramped, but interesting, and it's Bushwick. And so a New Jersey house, like I'm struggling to. Juliet would have that space available to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wait, really quick. Katie, can you mute your mic when you're not talking?
How do I?
Here, I can mute it for you.
Just be on the top or bottom left. Great. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I just thought that it would be a good backup in general if we're like running out of options.
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, if we're 2 weeks out and we still don't have a location, then I'll make it work, Yeah. But it's certainly not ideal for me.
Brandi, I don't know if you heard, but I do have one lead that might work. I have yet to confirm it with a friend, but she's like it's like a friend of a friend's parents' place. But there is an option that could work in that way too.
Cool.
So we'll see.
And is today's meeting not the one with the crew?
It is. I don't know where everyone is.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, Sean's not gonna make it today, obviously. Yeah.
You doing okay with that?
Well, no, I mean, well, this is a very serious worry of mine that I was talking about with Sean, and that when Sean drops off the project, then that sort of opens the door for other people too as well. Like Izzy and Rachel were like knew Sean through House for My Family, and they didn't work with me as intensely in that one, and they worked with Sean really intensely in that one. So
listen, Bailey, so when Sean told me, I'm not gonna lie, like I feel like you guys are making it like I think if you have a conversation with Sean where like maybe he has a conversation with the other people and being like, hey, like just like I'm leaving for these reasons, but like this isn't a great like film, like say, I think that he could talk them into like not leaving, but I also think it's not that big of a deal. Like I feel like you guys would be able to find like another producer to step in.
Yeah, we've been asking around for sure.
Because it's only been a couple days, and I just don't feel like it's as the end of the world as like Sean kind of said in his email that he sent me. Like his email was so dramatic, and I was like, yeah, no, this is a big damper on like the production for sure. I'm not minimizing that, but like films are made with a phone and a director, like it's really not the end of the world in my opinion. I just think that it's just like a block in the road.
No, totally. It just, like on an emotional level, I think it impacts some
abandonment
fears,
For sure. I feel that.
This is a fear I have in every production. I remember like even like when I was working on like my thesis project that had to get canceled because of COVID. I had a dream that I was on set and we were doing a scene and the scene wasn't working for whatever reason. And so I went into the other room and I was like staring at the script and like trying to rewrite it. And after like 5-10 minutes, I couldn't come up with any, changes. And it came back out to just finish the scene and everyone had left. Um, so it's a recurring fear of mine. So anytime something like this happens, it's just like a shock to the
Yeah, and
system.
I'm just saying from an outside point of view, it was like the world was ending and I was like, but why? Like,
Yeah.
it's not, it's like, I get it. Like this is a bigger budget thing, but like at the same time, like it'll work. Like either way, we have a cameraman and we have you, like it'll work. Like it's the only thing maybe that I don't know, like he was going to play the AD part or like help with like the funding organization. But like, I just think that I get the insecurity. I just want to be that like outside voice to kind of make you feel better that like, from my point of view, I just made a film where like I directed and co-directed and my co-director shot it and edited it. And it was like the best film that I've ever made. So like, I just like feel more confident in like not needing all of that other stuff that you think that you need, except for like the, like I said, bigger budget, like budget stuff, maybe.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
I'll also reiterate what I said last night, Bailey, is that like your script's good. And at the end of the day, like that really is the most important thing. And
Yeah.
if the script is good, like it will be made. We have people who are invested and who want to do it. And like, I think everything will work out. I also agree that Sean's email was like really intense. And I was like, yo, homie, it's okay. Like, I get it. Your health is important. Like rest, but like, it will be okay. And again, like Maddie is interested and yeah.
Yeah, I second that. Like, it's not like you're working with like a shitty script with a shitty cast. And like, this isn't just like some little budget thing. Like, everyone, I just actually made Xander and Spencer do a read through with me because I needed to practice and they had to read the script. And they were so impressed, like, seriously. Cool. And like, even if you needed a first AD or something like that, like, one of them could step in to help with the organization process on set. Like, there's just ways to work around it,
Yeah, cool.
The thing is, it's like, I would get that dramatic email if it was like our biggest like funder dropping out. Like it's not even that. It's just like a producer that does like the organization and like the annoying stuff,
Yeah.
I don't know. I agree, Katie. I was like, I'm so funny. Like, Sean, like it's fine. Like it's not that big of a deal, but because it's not like he's not going to support the film, like Facts. Sean's going to be there to support us,
Yeah.
I also will say, I know this actually might be like jumping the gun a little bit too, but I don't know if some of our production costs are for equipment, but I do own some things like microphones and like a boom and stuff. And so like, if we really need to, be scrappy, I have some equipment like so that is an option too.
Do you have a sound mixer?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Cool. Because some of their costs
I've got
was
3 labs.
Cool. Oh, that's great. Yeah, because we were gonna rent that out and pay for that, but that would be amazing if you had it already. Hey, Rachel.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm all right as well.
I'm sorry. What?
I said I'm all right as well.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Rachel. I haven't met you. I'm
Hi. Hi, Brandi. Nice to meet you. Katie.
Hey.
Yeah. So Oh, well, first of all, how's your week been?
My week?
Yeah.
Busy. I did a bunch of background work this week, so the whole thing was busy. But yeah, it was all right. It was okay. Not super productive because of that, but
yeah,
I got paid.
Nice. That's great.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming Sean reached out to you and told you about that situation.
Yeah. I told him that I think mental health is really important. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Katie has a friend, Maddie, who directed a film that Katie starred in that I think was absolutely incredible, called Laura. Really, really moving. I cried when I watched it first. But she might be interested in coming on and helping us as producer, which would be amazing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But and I'll try to find I'll send you a link to this film because it's so good.
Yeah.
And then besides that, so yeah, because like the biggest things that we need right now that the new producer for is to help us raise awareness and money for the GoFundMe. Because we have a pretty good start here. The goal is at 3,500. Within the first couple of days, we've hit around 700. And add that to the 700 we made from the fundraising show a few weeks ago. We're roughly halfway there.
I will also mention this to you, Bailey. I have food stamps, so I can get like food for Crafty for free.
Really?
Well, because I whole week there in New York, like I usually buy like $150 worth of groceries for whoever I'm staying with as like a replacement of like paying them.
Mm-hmm.
And I can get, like frozen pizzas and pasta and all of this really nice stuff literally from Whole Foods if we wanted to, like super nice for free.
Wow, that would be wonderful. I mean, as long as you're not like sacrificing
I'm not
your own food money.
I'm gonna be in New York. Like I'll buy groceries for like Robin's house because that's where I'm gonna be staying and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like cheaper things like pizzas and pastas and like we're just thinking of creative ideas. Like I can think of some creative like food ideas because I love being crafty, but like I have food stamps and I have pretty much I've never gotten stopped. I probably use like 200 every couple weeks on it and I've never like been like hit. So
cool. Oh, that's
even
amazing.
like half food stamps and half budget, that splits the budget for food in half.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, thank you so much.
I do have a question about the fundraising, since we were talking about that. Since we kind of released it with Sean as the producer already on a lot of information, I'm curious about how we are going to go about that.
Yeah, that's something we should talk with Sean about because I do agree it would look like weird if we just took Sean off as producer on the GoFundMe, especially when it's like baked in a lot of ways. I mean, I'd like to talk to Sean and see if he's all right if we still leave him on as producer, at least in the campaign sense. And of course, he's still giving him a credit in the movie for sure. We couldn't have made it this far without him. Absolutely.
Yes, I mean, with that, if he's he's already done work as a producer. He's just a producer. He's just up until this point.
Yeah.
So that's I don't really think there's really much that needs to be changed. We just need to add another producer onto the credits list or whatever information there.
Mm-hmm. Which would be honestly a good update to add because that's the other thing. With this GoFundMe, in order to get more attention, we should be trying to be crafty and thinking of ideas for updates and maybe new videos, like things like that. And so adding an incredible new producer like your friend Maddie would be huge, and we could be like, hey, we have this whole new collaborator on our team. Check this out,
Yeah.
Are we planning on getting some footage when I'm there in December?
I've been toying around with that idea. Like a few nights ago, I was like thinking about like maybe trying to do like a brief prologue. Like, what if we saw a little bit of Vicky and Juliet's date beforehand? We just do a very quick 2-shot thing, but like the way we'd cut between them could be kind of hypnotic and weird.
Yeah, because I kind of like this sort of theme that you had in the first promo of like minimalism and vagueness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think we should definitely accentuate that while upping the intrigue as well. I've also had an idea for some sort of Gaspar Noé type editing with like a title. Like imagine like you see like a bunch of words flashing on the screen and they're cutting with imagery, and it would be like fear, love, desire, intimacy.
That's cool.
And Savannah J. Dobbs, you both know, you met Savannah and Katie.
Yeah.
Brandi, yeah. She is probably going to be painting a poster for the film, and her paintings are incredible, surrealistic, wonderful, wild. And I think we could really use that in like a video like that. I think like zoom in, and like have the cameras sort of like moving around and like following the brushstrokes and things like that.
Yeah. Excuse me. I have to sneeze, maybe? No, it's gone. Okay.
Oh, that sucks.
I have a question.
Mhm.
I remember you were saying something last week about how like the later half of the script there was a thing with like the utensils and stuff like that. Have you done any updates to that part of the script that I should know about yet, or not yet?
Yes, actually, I've written a new ending. So right now the bathroom scene is the same, and everything else from that point on has changed.
Okay.
And it's in the way I'm imagining it right now. I haven't typed it up yet. I wrote the monologue down in my journal the other night. But yeah, the new ending is much simpler. But very visual and psychedelic. So Katie's still in the bathroom after her teeth have fallen out. Then she hears the door open from downstairs, and rather than leaving the bathroom, she stays in the bathroom. She hears Juliet. Juliet appears behind her, and basically Juliet delivers a new monologue, but this time as the form of her own conscious, Vicky's conscious. And so as the monologue goes along, and the monologue alive is about this questioning of reality, like, is this happening, is this not? I mean, there's a chance that it's not, that maybe you're hallucinating all of this, you're hallucinating me, but there's also a chance that this is happening right now. Like the worst is happening and there's someone coming to remove your teeth, and if that's the case, then you should embrace that, because your anxiety has always been about your unwillingness to accept reality as it is. And so just accept that it is, and accept the person that you've become now. So yeah,
Wait, Bailey, before I forget, I rewatched one of my favorite like movies ever in the world like a night or two ago, Three Women, Robert Altman.
I have not seen that film yet, actually.
And it's one of my favorite movies in the world. I think it's on Criterion, but it inspiration work in there. I think for this third act that you could pull from, because it's all about identities like shifting and like merging in a weird way. Like it's all about identities, like kind of like going, it's kind of hard to explain because it's based off of a dream. So you need to watch it though, because I think that I would love to hear your opinion first of all, but I'm personally feel like taking inspiration for tonal wise, like where that film goes.
Cool, wonderful. Yeah, I'll definitely watch it this week.
Just to finish, Michael, do you think you could send me well, I guess you don't have it written yet.
I'll type it up today. Yes, I'll type it today. Yes.
Yeah. Just so I know what to work with, and then also just let me know if you have any more updates to that and everything moving forward.
Yeah.
I know the last film with Sean, just try not to have too many like script updates within the last like couple of weeks at least, so I have time to like read the script and like do something about it, That was a thing with Sean's script, because he kept adapting like literally to a week before, and I was like, I can't do this because I didn't have time to do it. So so just as a request from me, just try to have some finalization within a couple of weeks, just so I have time to adapt and make sure that I'm getting you what you want.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Sean, I do like to like make changes and adapt as a director, but the changes that I'll be making, if I do make more changes, won't affect the production design. They'll mostly be dialogue things.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Dialogue is fine as long as it again, the last film, it was like there were things where he asked me if I had a prop, and I was like, I thought it would be better this way because it was just I didn't have time to adapt it that way. But
Yeah.
like as long as we're all on the same page, if it's dialogue, I that is not my you do whatever you want with that acting, direct, whatever. But props and set and everything, costume, whatever. Just let's have that solidified within a couple of weeks.
Okay,
The
absolutely.
actual shoot.
Totally. By the way, were you able to, did Sean send you the video walkthrough of the location we checked out?
Yes, I did look at it. I really do not like it at all.
Oh, really? Okay.
I just think it's way too barren for our budget. I think
Yeah.
it needs some character, the location itself, be it in the furniture itself, unless you are into it literally being like a barren location with like some like decoration. Like
Mhm.
unless if that's the visual you're going for, then perfect. I think it's weird if this girl brings, these two girls go to this completely like barren location, and I don't know what the story reason for that would be, but if you adapt the story to that, that's cool. But it looks like, to me, I read the story as she's going to like her apartment, which would probably have some kind of, furnishing to begin with. We just don't have the budget to furnish, which if we did, then I'd be like, yeah, whatever, we'll get some furniture, but we just don't. So I don't want to make this place feel so empty. And then
Yeah.
also on top of that, when you were talking about having the place feel claustrophobic and not having many places to escape, that location didn't really seem that way. It felt very open, and it felt very like there were lots of places to go. Does that
Mhm.
make sense?
Yeah, no,
That was just my
absolutely.
opinion.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
I feel like we can find like something else that's better. Like you know what I mean? Like I feel like that can't be our, like, if it's like a last resort option, I guess, but I don't know. It just didn't feel like what like you want the script or the story to portray.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. The one thing I'll say about the Baron thing is that, yeah, it's like we have, well, I could see it both ways, honestly. I could see the lavishly decorated Bohemian Juliet, and I could also see a mostly barren place with a couple of things brought up to sort of spice up the ambiance.
Mhm.
Um, and that's mostly, like, in my imagination, this character, like what if like she like got this apartment like 2 days ago, maybe she's even squatting or something,
You're like, if
this,
she's squatting, that's something. It also feels very clean for a squatter's place.
that's true.
Like it's very clean, it's very renovated. It, like, I mean, currently I obviously would clear out some of the literal we're renovating stuff, but it does feel very new. And it kind of feels like, for someone to squat there, it would be harder just based on the way that it looks. It just looks very clean. We could dirty the place, but again, I just don't know how much I can do with the budget that we have.
Absolutely.
That's just my biggest, like, I can do anything. I
Mhm.
just need the finances to do it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, well,
I
we'll
have
definitely
a
keep looking here. What was that, Katie?
question.
Damper.
I have a question. So, like, do you want the home to be juxtaposed against the really cold winter, and
Yes.
have it be a place that's warm? Then I feel like we should try to find a place that's cozy and intimate and not barren. Because, like, if the apartment is barren as well, then what's the difference between that and the outside world, right? Like, the house is
Yeah.
supposed to be, or at least we're supposed to think it's a safe place,
Mhm.
until it's not. But I
Yeah.
don't know. I feel like if it's a desolate apartment, that doesn't show the contrast between the two worlds.
Totally.
Yeah, I mean, and if you want that desolate, energy to be part of it, maybe post trip, if there's a place with furniture, we can remove the furniture to make it feel now
Mhm.
scary and empty.
Yeah.
But we can't do that unless there's, furniture there to begin with. So, that's just my biggest. I don't mean to be like a damper on the location, because it's a nice
Totally.
place. It's just for this film, it doesn't, to me at least, it doesn't fit what you're going for in terms of your story.
No, you're totally right. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just so anxious to find a location. I'm trying to find the good in anything we find
I
right now. So,
know.
so I do appreciate, but I do appreciate you calling me back and keeping me in check about that, though.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's not to like um we pick the dates because our actor availability, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
because after that
Everything
point, we wouldn't be able to shoot again until I think it was early March.
early March.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like, and I totally feel the crunch in terms of like trying to get this like in winter and stuff like that. I mean, we could shoot in March and still there could still be snow in March, like they could still be cold. Um, but I totally understand wanting to get this done early. It's just I totally understand you with like we need to find a location and how are we gonna get a location?
yeah.
I
I
also
also
will. Oh no, go ahead, Brandi. Go ahead.
I also that I don't know, something could happen tomorrow where you guys find a location. Like
Mhm.
I feel like the the worry is definitely justifiable from like a production design standpoint and all that stuff, but I also think like with a little bit of elbow grease in the next like week or two that it could happen, like if that's the main focus.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously, of course you can find anything. Um it's again, it's like I'm gonna guess elbow grease, you mean like the effort to find it? I mean, obviously that effort's in, right? Like, I mean, we still need to get the producer in as well to help with that. Um, what are you guys looking right now? Like, are you guys just looking on Airbnbs and stuff like that? Because I can help. I don't know what you guys are looking for and what your budget is for your location, etc.
What I've mostly been doing, and what I think other people have been doing as well, is mostly just reaching out to friends and family, because I think what we're really looking for is a favor, ideally. Like,
Yeah.
like even this that location we found last week, even though it did cost some money, that was like a friend of a friend of a friend of Sean's, and so yeah, like I think that will be our best option, is to like find someone who knows at least one of us on the team and trusts us and is excited about being a part of a movie or something.
So
Gotcha.
I did tell Bailey this, Rachel, but just so you know, I do have one lead. I reached out to one of my homies, and she has a friend whose parents have a brownstone, and that they've used that space for, sorry guys, for filming. And so there's a history there where it's been okay. Provided I don't know him, I only know like my friend. But she is trying to get in contact with him, and so it might pull through, but it would be possibly furnished because it's like his parents' house, they
Yeah.
sometimes stay there. So that is a potential option. I haven't heard any updates yet, so I can't really say, but
Yeah.
there is something in the works there too.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I hear that. Yeah, I'm not trying to be like a downer or like this can't
Oh, no,
happen.
no, no.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm just trying to like
Well,
like
and
realistic.
No, we're problem solving.
Yeah. I'm not trying to.
like no, it's better to have like an arm sort of ambiguity removal meeting where you're putting all the like any possible problems like out there, so I think it's good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean that would be awesome if that worked out, the brownstone. I mean, good to know, because now I know what to do. I can try and reach out to people. I just wasn't sure if you were looking at places with the budget, if you were looking at Airbnbs, if you were looking at what was the chaos Airbnb, the place where we met Phil for the last one. I forget what it's called. Couch Surfer or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that location was free. Granted, it came with a couple of strings, but but still, it was a free location.
And that was through the app Couch Surfer?
No, it's not Couch Surfer. It's like something like I don't know. Ask Sean, because he knows what it was.
Okay.
but yeah, it's essentially Airbnb for like, I don't know. They got the place for free, so like that could be a place to look as well.
Cool.
Um, but yeah, that's most of what I had to say.
Because I think Sean was originally looking around to Airbnbs for this film, but unfortunately, like most places who like when they find out that we're filming something will send us to like some alternate link where they charge like $80 an hour to shoot there, which really racks up and makes it just impossible.
Yeah, no. Just don't tell them you're shooting.
Is that with all Airbnbs though? Because I did one project where they just had to like sign a document, like some agreement, and it was fine.
Yeah, I don't think it's every.
Stuff. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's every Airbnb, but maybe just the ones that Sean was looking at.
Yeah, that definitely depends on the people and their awareness of how much money they can get out of a film set.
Yeah. But then also like us being, like honest and upfront with them about how our budget is. Like I remember like last week when we were at this location, and the homeowner originally told us she was expecting about 1,200, but then we told her that our whole budget was 3,500, and she was shocked at how low it was. Like she did not realize.
Yeah, people hear movie and they're like, oh, they must have millions of dollars to spend, and you're like, no.
We have nothing.
No.
Really quick, Bailey, I do have another meeting to catch at 1.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
But I can chill for like another 5.
Cool, sounds good.
I think our meeting time is running out in 8 minutes anyway.
Yeah. Which we could start a new Zoom meeting if we feel it's necessary.
I'm pretty. I've brought up my concerns. The only thing I really need is just the rest of the script so I can see what we're doing with that. But
totally, and I'll get that to all 3 of you by the end of the day.
Rockin'. I love it.
Cool.
Anything that like we are hoping to do this week that we can, because I think you want to check in weekly. So next week we would meet around this time. Is there anything that you like want us to do? Obviously, we're going to keep looking for locations or whatnot. I'll talk to Maddie, but like, I don't know, just any goals or things that, we should be thinking about. Stay next.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Let's all keep on posting this GoFundMe link as often as possible, and keep an eye out for locations, keep an eye out for producers, and Brandi and Katie, I'm really Katie, you listened to the new ending last night. Brandi, I'm really curious to hear what you're gonna think about this one,
and I'm really curious to hear what you think about 3 Women. I think you and Katie should watch it.
Totally. But yeah, it's really exciting stuff. I think it's very hypnotic. And to me, it feels very narratively satisfying. Even though it ends in this realm of is this real or is this not? The character transformation that Vicky has in these final moments now is so satisfying to me.
Well, I'm glad I mentioned that I didn't like the ending.
Yeah, thank you so much. yeah, please. If at any point anyone has any part of the script that they don't like, please let me know.
What was the movie you were talking about, by the way?
One of my favorite movies I just rewatched a couple nights ago. It was called 3 Women.
3 Women?
Yeah, it was directed by Robert Altman. I think it might be on the Cartoon channel. But I was just bringing it up because they play a lot with identity and what it means. And Robert Altman actually got this film greenlit the day after he dreamt of it, and he walked into the whatever studio and pitched what his dream was, and they gave him like $1 million to make it, and then they wrote the script like as they were filming it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's actually like really, it's big inspiration for me as a director, but because I love playing with dreams in my movies and stuff. But yeah, definitely check it out. And definitely interested to hear what you guys think. So shoot me a text when you see it.
Cool. Right on.
All right, I have to skedaddle, but it was nice talking to you guys.
All right.
Nice meeting you.
And are you still available tonight at 6 for a rehearsal?
Yes.
Cool. Great. All right. I'll see you then.
How long do you think that will be?
Probably about an hour, maybe a little less. Why do you have
Okay.
somewhere?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, no, yeah, I have a something tonight, but it can be pushed off until like 7. That's cool.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bailey, what was the other movie that you were saying was not, and I don't know if it was an inspiration or visually? You said it like the other week, and I can't remember which one it was.
Oh, I can text you. I sent Katie a list a while ago of a bunch of influences I have in this film.
Yeah.
So off the top of my head, some of the influences are What Happened Was, which is
Yeah,
a
that
film,
was the one.
yeah, from 1994, directed by Tom Noonan. It's incredible. And Mandy from 2018 is another inspiration.
It's a masterpiece, Rachel. It's so good. It's so good.
Also the movie Her, with Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson. Something about that movie, really, the way that Spike Jonze approaches these really minimalistic and really heart-wrenching and personal scenes is just beautiful to me. Like, I think entirely of, have you both seen this movie Her?
No.
Oh, it's incredible. It's about Joaquin Phoenix is in a romantic partnership with his artificial intelligence computer. And so they'll have these conversations that'll be really intense, but she's never physically there. And so they have to find what like he'll be having an incredibly difficult, what are we? I don't know how I feel about you conversation with this woman who's not present, and he's just sitting on the side of the street, and we're watching him watch like the steam rise from like the grate, and the people passing by on the street, and it's just so beautiful.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I definitely want to like check these out at the very least, just to kind of help, do the thing.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think if I have any other influence. I mean, I've been thinking about Ingmar Bergman's Persona recently. I've only seen the movie once, so I don't know how reliably I can say it's an influence, but there's definitely a lot of similar ideas at play, I think, in this film and that film. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, feel free to shoot me over, whatever inspiration you have, and I'll look at it.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty good.
Cool. Great.
Word.
Weird.
Okay, well, it was good to see you guys. I'm gonna get some grub, but yay.
Cool.
We're feeling good, yeah?
Yeah, feeling good.
Yeah.
Feeling good.
Yeah. All
All right.
I will see you later, Bailey.
All right. See you later, Katie.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
Rachel.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, Rachel.